Play.
On the outside,
Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
All
Vitamin
alone.
G. Discussing that heat in the street. Hey, we got just what you need on Vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. All alone. I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone.
Vitamin G. Got what you need. Vitamin G. Got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin G. Hey. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need, a dose of this vitamin G. Vitamin G. Vitamin G. Got what you need.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside. I don't wanna be left on the outside, all alone. Looking in, all alone.
Final round. I already know how I'm coming, man. Try run the town. Tell them no duck when they hear that sound. How they gon' come up now? Heavy as the head that'll wear that crown. I'm going pound for pound. And if it's by smoke, then we talk all of that. From an ounce to a pound, take it, they biting this now. Cause my drip right up the seat, how could they be? Give me a couple of rounds, cause I'm a beast when I'm on vitamin G. You see this start crumbling now, mad struck start mumbling now. Get the gist, I ain't reaching for cloud. Plot twist, I'm the one with the keys. Clock blitz, know they look how I freeze. Different continents, I be torn. We living life, making yours look boring. See, we win at the end, it's a spoiler warning. Cause I keep heating up, I might blow the whole planet. They calling me toxic like global warming. But they keep tuning in once again and again. I'm the one at the top, just to form a warning. Truly, I'm De Niro when it come to movies. Get De Niro, entertain the groupies. Habanero if you come pursue me. But I hop on the gang, too busy rolled up whenever my girl getting moody. Link up with the gang, we all go insane. Catching them dogs on the duty. I'm in Stixie, I'm locked in. Bought a box, I was like 10. Back then, used to box, nowadays they ain't throwing hands. Mama said we got more advanced. One thing about me, I adapt, bought a Glock fin. Keep me safe from the block in. The game kept me off the block. Ain't got flex about looting my Ruger. I can shit on you with my computer. See my graphics card costs more than your damn job can afford to pay you. And my monitor, big as hell, detail, so I can see when I spray you. Then reload the clip and record the clip. It's go all say to that SSD. Know a whole lot of trill game heads like me wanna see tuned into that VGP. Take over the west and the east, and we got just what you need on vitamin G.
Hey everyone, looks like we're having some issues that I didn't have when I tested everything today. So forgive me. Yeah, I just got rid of that. Alright. So work with me here, people. Please forgive me. Like, first of all, there we go. That's what I wanted. I got that part set up. Now, ooh. Okay. Trying to get it to where you guys can see us. Oh, this is frustrating because I literally just had everything. Like, I didn't even close anything. What happened? What is going on here? Discord focus. G Discord. Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, this is it. You know what? Discord just hates me today. My whole setup is jacked up. Alright. I'm gonna work through this, through the show. And I just want to thank everyone for being patient with me. Hey, Omar. Looks like that test we did earlier is for nothing because it didn't work out. So welcome everyone to today's episode of Vitamin G. First things first, can you hear my panel? Nappy, what's going on with you? Alright, so can someone let me know if you can hear Nappy? No one can hear you. That is just great. I literally just like, yeah, I know. And I had everything set up and working. I didn't close Discord out this entire time. And for some reason, it hates me. All right, so the first thing I need to fix is this audio issue, and I don't know properties. Let's go with all right. So now we can see people. All right, so now you guys are gonna have to forgive me. I apologize. Let's see. How do I add your guys's? Yeah, but now I got to get the audio to work. So actually, no, that's not it. Add. Oh, that's not gonna do it. God dang it! And I had the audio working. I don't know what happened. That just is so upsetting when you have everything set up just how you want it. And y'all gotta sit here with me through technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Let's see. Add. Cancel. All right.
Something. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Happy birthday, Yobi. Can we be heard?
Wait, is Yobi's
Okay.
birthday today?
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Yobi. I didn't know it was your birthday today. My birthday. Here I am to
Hey.
tell you my birthday was on the 30th. And oh.
I am there. Don't talk.
Wait, I can hear us now.
Yeah, I hear us. Yeah, we're back.
All right, we are in business.
We are in business, finally.
We are in business.
All right, welcome everyone to episode 234 of the Vitamin G podcast. I am your host Pharaoh, and with me today I have so far I have Nappy and Omar. So Nappy, what you been up to? What you been playing? It's been a couple weeks. What's been going on?
Okay, how's it going, everyone? This is Nappy Sensei here, and I've been great. If you guys look at the chat, it's not Yobi's birthday. I was just telling him that my birthday passed March 30th, so I officially turned 31. You know, just another year in the 30s. Kind of settled in. Realized I can't do the things I used to do. Other than that, everything's been good. I finished the controller review for this Big One Rainbow 2 controller, and now I got to redo the review because of they changed up some things about this controller, and there's some features that simply do not work as soon as you update this controller. And it's very frustrating when you put a lot of work into a controller review just to realize that there are some things that you just missed out. And I feel like I should do my due diligence and add it into the video so that way people are aware of what they're purchasing. But yeah, as far as gaming wise, I've been playing Dragon Dogma 2, been enjoying that. Also, I saw Evil West on Game Pass, so I decided to dive into that a little bit, which is pretty cool. And played a little bit of Tekken 8. So yeah, Dragon's Dogma 2, a little bit Evil West, Tekken 8, and Helldivers 2, of course, because you got to fight for managed democracy.
All right.
And that's about it.
Okay. All right. And Omar, what have you been up to? What have you been playing?
Oh, a lot. First off, I finished Seven Rebirth.
Okay.
I actually give it a 7.5.
7.5. Why so low?
Because
Jesus,
the
that'll probably be game of the year.
Yeah,
I'll
it
talk
went
about it.
from a game of the year to 7.5. And strictly because of the simple game mechanic that is called not allowing you switch material mid-combat. Because of that, and especially the final boss,
So
I had
hold on.
to
What with
do-
the materia?
I needed Dispel.
Dispel?
Yeah, against the final boss. Every time you hit him a few times, he put up a barrier that protects himself from any damage, and you need to remove it with Dispel.
I don't remember having to use Dispel. I don't think I've used that the entire playthrough, but okay.
And another thing is the ability to not choose your party members when you are fighting a boss that have layers. Like one party member fights this side, the other party member fights that side.
What are you talking about? You talking about when it's locked? You talking about some of the locked boss scenes? Some of the locked
It's not per
boss
se
fights?
luck. It's not per se luck. It's just that you don't know. It's not luck because I looked up on YouTube and someone else was using Yuffie, and I didn't have Yuffie. I had Barrett, Tifa, and Red X.
I think that just depends on how you build the relationships.
No, I don't think so because Yuffie was literally my main, my date. It's just a matter of luck, I think.
Maybe.
Or you had to switch it before the combat, which atrocious because I had the ability to change my stuff during combat, before combat, and I went to try to switch my teammate, and I couldn't. Like final boss literally made me hate the game. Not because
Damn,
it's
that bad?
difficult. Yeah, and it's not because the game is difficult. It's because it's a gameplay mechanic is working against you.
So
For example,
so it's like a
final-
multi-layer boss fight for
yeah,
those who haven't
yeah.
played
Multi-layer, I have no issue
or made
with.
it that
I
far.
have issue with needing magic dealers when my main magic dealer is not even in the party.
Or your main magic dealer, you know.
Yeah.
You know what happens at the end of this one, a Final Fantasy OG. You know, I'm not trying to, but you know what happens. And if you don't know what happens, you've gotten glimpses or visions of what's going to happen to said character.
Yeah, basically.
And
Also, I don't know about you. You understood it. The story for me became super fucking convoluted. It became so convoluted, and I should have known better because this is the dude that created that I think wrote Kingdom Hearts as well. Which
I don't think it's convoluted.
dude,
I think
go ahead.
I think it's one of those endings that you have to sit on and like really think about, like, what did I really just see?
No, but they don't even explain it though.
Well, no, Sephiroth, he explains it. He actually does explain it. If you go back and don't play, you don't have to actually go back and play it again. But I mean, if you go on YouTube and watch it, he does explain exactly what you're seeing.
Then we're gonna host a spoiler cut when Kofi beat it.
Yeah, Kofi is not gonna beat that game for like another month.
Yeah,
because I spoke with him. I spoke with Kofi yesterday. He said he would try to make it today. And he is at Costa del Sol. He's just about to go to Corel.
Okay.
So he has a little bit of a ways to go. He still has he hasn't made it to the gold saucer yet. So he has gold saucer.
Yeah, he is behind.
He has gold saucer, Gungaga, Cosmo Canyon, Nibelheim, back to gold saucer.
I have a question for you now.
Agents.
Are you aware of the secret menu?
The what?
Secret menu.
What secret menu?
Either secret menu or secret setting, whatever you want to call it.
What's that?
This is after you beat the game, Rebirth.
Yeah.
It gives you a secret hidden menu. When you go to it, you can actually toggle on auto pickup become automatic. Something that I asked to be a thing in the game.
Talking like auto pickup of the materials?
Yeah, of material, of everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that becomes automatic. Another thing, that atrocious time wasting event with the other dude, when you walk with him and talk for a little bit, you can actually skip these missions.
Are you talking about missions?
I'm talking about.
Talking about Zach. That's not really a spoiler. You start the game off with Zach, so.
No, I'm talking about Zach, but I'm not talking about when he is talking and walking. Like the developers knew nobody wants to watch that shit again, so they gave you the ability to skip it.
Oh no, I like the Zach parts. I don't mind them.
To me it felt pointless, mostly because there was nothing to do with it. The only payoff. Oh, no, I'm not gonna talk about that. Let's talk for later. But again, and I can't stress it enough. How many times did you die against the final boss?
I think I made it through the Genovas okay. There's like several different layers of Genova, but I think the part where Cloud gets broke up from his one helper, and then his one helper has to fight Genova, by themselves.
That's where you were struggling?
No, I wasn't. I didn't. I think I did that fight 2 or 3 times, but what I didn't realize is like in that circle was there for you to do like synergy attacks inside of it. So like you and Cloud could still do synergy attacks even though you were separated, as long as you were in that circle. You know that circle that was glowing?
I didn't know that, but I were able to pull up a
I didn't know that until I watched someone else's playthrough.
Synergy attack. It's a matter of dodging with that other dude. But for me, is after it. That's where I was started to struggle again. Because not having Yuffie. Yuffie was magic dealer, that's why.
I feel like a lot of people, I found that I saw a lot of people struggle with they unequipped a certain character of all their materia.
No, it's not that. It's that I had look. The problem is my main magic dealer was not there. Like and the boss is literally immune to physical damage until you deal magic damage.
Yeah, when I talked to
And
Kofi, I just recommended that in chapter 13, when he gets to Genji Island, he just gets everything he needs to get because
that's impossible. On my difficulty, it's impossible to do so because I need to be level 70 or
no, a lot of people did. A
64.
lot of people did it before going to see Sephiroth, and they weren't 70.
Then maybe they were not playing on dynamic. The
Uh,
summons alone eviscerate you.
yeah, you got there's different strategies I've seen where people. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm always looking at people's strategies that they use to beat certain bosses
yeah,
and
no.
stuff like that.
The first run I tried to play it on my own. Um, but why did it go to from 9 to 7.5? It's mostly because the final boss and because them locking auto pickup behind beating the game. Like that make zero sense. That's an accessibility feature that should have been in the game not only day one, but accessible from the get go. Not having to force me to beat the game just so I can unlock it. That makes no sense.
Oh
Which
yeah,
again made me super mad. And again, I can't stress it enough. Dude, Genova, after another thing, maybe you didn't have issue with, is the attacks that you can't skip mid combat. The first time, amazing, the combo move. The second time, amazing. After it, when I kept dying to Genova 10, 15 times, do you know why? Because I didn't have, whatchamacallit, Dispel.
oh.
I don't know how you survive without Dispel. Cause you know how you hit her a little bit and then she put up a shield
Yeah.
that negates damage. This is what I'm talking about.
Well, I know
This.
that I'm definitely gonna have to use different strategies in hard mode. I'm almost at that point again in hard mode.
Oh yeah, hard mode is gonna be a bitch. Cause
Um,
at the final boss, I ran through 30 Phoenix Phoenix down. Like I had 99, I went back with 70.
I felt like in my playthrough so far on hard mode, the most challenging Mithril Mines was probably the most difficult boss I faced on hard mode.
Which
Uh,
one?
the Mithril Mines boss.
Oh, you told me. One thing people seem to forgot about is the elemental material.
Yeah, but still, that Mithril Mines boss was OD with when you had to fight with Barrett and Red. That was probably the toughest one. And that Nibelheim chapter is really tough. Because
Mm.
you almost had like for me, I had to use a lot of MP, and
Oh,
um, you don't get the replenish your MP in hard
as
mode,
long you have as long you
and
have Eris, you can replenish
I'm
your
pretty
MP.
sure outside of the last chapter, chapter 11, it might have the most boss fights. So
11?
chapter 11, Nibelheim,
Nibelheim.
because you have the boss fight with you have no you have I'm not gonna I don't want to give any spoilers. So you
Yeah.
have one off the top of my head. You have the one you have one boss fight at the Nibelheim reactor. Then you have after that as between the Nibelheim reactor and Shimmer Manor, you have one, two, three, four, five. Five boss fights.
Oh, okay.
Five boss fights. And I come away I come away appreciating chapter 11 of Rebirth, because to me it just hammers home like just how much of a badass Cloud is. Because like that dude literally has like 3 or 4 boss fights in like a 3 hour span. If
Yeah.
you think about it,
After
he has to climb all the way up the damn mountain, fight a boss, climb all the way,
and then go down
climb all the
below.
way
There is a
down the mountain
boss,
and fight like 3 more
another
bosses.
boss, and then get literally out of the area and you fight another boss.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
of the 5 boss fights, I think Cloud's in like 3 of them. So 3 or 4 of them. So yeah, he's it like, and you know, he's a real badass in chapter 11. And he's a badass of his own accord. You know, he's not being controlled by Sephiroth or anything like that, unlike some of the
Mm.
other chapters and things like that. So
But
yeah.
yeah, for me, what makes it so frustrating is another thing. The amount of mini games in the game is atrocious.
I'm
It
kind of disappointed that I have to go back and do like Fort
it
Condor and all that other stuff on hard mode.
yeah, that's nightmarish.
Um,
Did you beat um the nightmare version of the card game? Cause there is at
no,
Gold
when I get
Saucer.
to chapter 13, I'm gonna do all the stuff I have to do on hard mode. I'm gonna do all those mini games that I have to do on hard mode. I'm gonna do those when I get to chapter 13. I'm on chapter 12 right now, so once I finish chapter 12,
Oh, you're fucked because
no, because none of the mini games require MP, so I'm good.
No. Gears and Gambit on the hardest difficulty is atrocious. And if
I'll
you're
just,
playing it on hard mode,
I will literally just go to YouTube and
no,
find.
don't. You go to YouTube, they're doing it on easy.
No,
They're literally
I'll find
switching.
someone who did it on hard. I'll find a person.
Good luck.
Um,
I
I just need
haven't.
I just need like the simple strategy, like the pieces that they use. I can figure out my own strategy. Same thing like
Um,
Fort Condor. I figure out my own strategy, but I
for
always look,
con
you know.
for Condor, just the first one on hard mode, I had to literally do it one move by one.
I mean, I feel like I like Fort
And
Condor, but I feel like Fort Condor cheats.
and it took me, yes, it's mostly cheap because of the amount of enemies they drop that are neutral. They don't use something that you can counter with. They use neutral enemies. But yeah, going back to it, for me, I don't know about you, but to me it felt like I was playing a Mario Party game. The amount of mini games in this game is atrocious. Some of them are entertaining, others are like, you're too much.
I mean, I can't complain. I can't complain. I like all the mini games. There's not a mini game that I don't like.
Oh, Gears
I think
Gambit.
that there's so much to do in Rebirth that when you're trying to play it your first time through, there's a little bit of like side quest. There's a little bit of side quest, mini game, and exploration fatigue because you know, like when you're going through all those like if you're trying to do everything in your first playthrough, it can be a little fatiguing. Because each biome takes about like 2 hours just to do everything inside each biome, and that's not including like all the mini games and stuff like that. Like just like
For
doing
me,
all the proto relic stuff, going to all the different summon locations, and then as you get to some of the different locations like Cosmo Canyon, Gungaga, you have to the maps are layered, so you got to figure out how to get to this elevation or to this depth of the map to reach certain spots. It's not like just like I'm going straight from point A to point B. It gets a little bit more challenging as you get to different landscapes.
It's
I think they give you a break when you get to Nibelheim. Nibelheim's a pretty straightforward landscape.
yeah, Nibelheim is straightforward unless
but the
you
other
wanna
landscapes, especially like Cosmo Canyon, can be challenging. Finding everything. But
Did you beat Queen Blood?
yeah, I've done everything. I just got to do the hard mode stuff, and I gotta knock out
Wait,
all
it have a hard mode?
No, I did everything you gotta do in the game, but there's certain mini games that have a hard mode. It's like Fort Condor has a hard mode.
Oh yeah, that's what they're talking
Yeah,
about.
so I have to do some of that stuff.
There is one mode for Queen Blood. It's called Nightmare. You need to do it at the Golden Saucer.
I'll check it out.
You need to rack a point of 100 or 100 something in order to get the dub.
Okay.
And
I'll have to see what I'll look online and see what kind of decks people use. I like my deck, but the most I've gotten is like 70 points. With the current deck that I have, so I have to.
Including I am on the same. I've seen my friend got 172. He literally broke that game, mini game.
I found a deck that works for me, and I can beat anybody with that deck.
Until it's the challenge.
That's why I said when I see that challenge, I'm gonna just go look and see like what kind of deck someone used.
Yeah.
So I can like kind of just make a deck because I don't know how to get 100 points, and I'm not trying to like do the math.
Neither. But you kind of need to if you want Sephiroth's. Oh no, you only need 50 if you want Sephiroth's card. But going back to it, I after Rebirth, it just I'm genuinely disappointed with how the game turned out to be.
Well, you're just disappointed in the ending.
No, I'm disappointed. No, I'm disappointed with everything in between. I'm disappointed with them locking auto loot behind endgame. I'm disappointed in not having given you the ability to switch characters. When they give you the ability to switch you
mean switch your party? Like change your party around?
Yeah. You couldn't even do that because I was about to fight who with my other team member.
Well,
and
I mean, there's certain parts where your party members a lot, but that's the same thing they did in Remake. I mean, I don't really think that's...
No, the different is Remake didn't give you enemies that were immune to certain moves. That's why. That's my biggest issue. My biggest issue is my teammate literally couldn't survive the boss
fight. You just gotta get your materia combos right, that's all.
I couldn't though.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you didn't have like a combination of like Barret, Red 13, and Catsit. Or like
I had
Tifa, Barret,
them. And none of them were my magic dealers. And
that's just your materia setup then. You just gotta change your materia setup.
No, you need to deal but that's the thing though. I already was parts the ability to switch character to switch anything.
You don't see so when you're doing the fights, especially for the final boss, you don't see that square button? Where it lets you do the materia switch up before you start the fight?
But you get that only one time. And I had no fucking idea what I was facing. You get that after you team up with your other character and beat up the boss, After you do so, you get separated. And after the other character beat up the boss, you get teleported to
I know it appeared more than one time because I did it.
Yeah,
I did it for
section.
I
The
did it
first
for a couple
section for
switches. I
me,
know that much.
the first section for me, it was Barret, Tifa, and then Redax. After you do that, you get Barret, Tifa, and K6.
I don't
I'm
even
like,
remember my combos. I
and
just
the issue was, and none of them were invested heavy in magic. And I couldn't switch anything because I was locked. And every time I reloaded, it loaded me from the previous boss after I beat it. So I accidentally reloaded it and it loaded me 3 boss fights beforehand. That's where I was able to press the square again. That's
uh,
why I'm so fucking frustrated. Because they put obstacles and don't give you the ability to get to defend yourself until it's too late, and you waste your time and you need to go back in your save file.
I think
And the
it.
same thing happened at the beginning. I almost had to restart the entire Genova fight because I needed all my materia were with Ares, and Ares was nowhere to be seen. And I had no idea I am not gonna be able to, take control over it and stuff like that. So again, it goes down to dispel. You absolutely need to invest in dispel, especially for the final boss fight. I'm gonna move on from this one because we talked too long. I
All
beat
right.
up a game called Brothers: A Tales of Two Sons. The remake. I already beat the original one. I can't recommend this one enough. It's a cute indie platformer, and it's a couch co-op one. And the unique thing about it is you control one character with one analog, and unless you're playing alone, a couch co-op, if you're playing solo, which I did, you gotta control both characters. And again, each character controls via one analog. So it took me a little bit to get used to it, but once I beat it, I had a blast with this one. After it, I started Immortal of Avium. I'm enjoying it for what it is. It just, to me, it got a lot of things going where after I get my final power up, I need to go literally through the entire game again so I don't miss anything. Because there's a lot of hidden areas that you can't have access to until further in the game. And another game I started is called The Witch and the 100 Heroes. It's a PlayStation 4 game. I don't know if anyone heard about it. It's a cute game so far. I'm playing it. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, that's about it.
Okay.
Let's get to you. What you've been playing?
Me, it's pretty much just been Rebirth and a little dibble dabble into Madden. I've been doing the Rebirth on hard mode. Been pretty aggressive with it because I think I started it. I think I started hard mode last week, and I'm already at chapter 12. Um, so I'm doing it with doing the side quests all over again. You have the option to like just go through hard mode really fast and not have to do the side quests. But I
Why
think
would you do the
but you
side
actually
quest
have to
over
do
again?
the side quests in order to get all the folios. So,
Wait,
um,
again?
huh?
Again?
Yeah, you have to do all the side quests again. Not like you don't have to do all the proto relic stuff. You don't have to clear out all the biomes as far as like collecting data and all that stuff. But just like the like the green exclamation point side quest,
Yeah.
you have to do all of those, and you have to fight the top fiend boss of every biome. So like
Damn.
like in the grasslands, I think the boss of that biome is Quasicult. So you have to fight him in order to get a folio.
Okay.
So
Oh.
so every time you
Is
complete
it
a side
only
quest,
the
you
fighting
get a
one?
folio for a character.
Is it only the combat one, or everything need to be done all over again?
No, just every side quest and the top boss in each biome.
Which you get by beating every combat mission in the game, right?
Yeah, but you don't have to clear every
Yeah.
biome out. You can just fast travel to that spot, fight them really fast.
Oh, it's already unlocked?
Yeah, everything's already unlocked on hard mode.
Okay.
You just have to choose the option to where it resets the data for the side quest.
Okay.
That's it. So, been doing that. I just made it through chapter 11. I'm on chapter 12 right now. I have to do. I'm at the. I guess they call it Corel Prison. I got the side quest that I got to do there, where you got to fight that base. You have to fight them people in the tunnel or whatever. So I'm right there at that point. And then besides that's pretty much all I'm playing. I've been doing a little bit of getting back into Madden, college football is gonna be dropping pretty soon, so I decided to play a little bit of football games. And yeah, just that, sprinkle a little bit of that, but really it's mainly just been Rebirth. I've just been just doing that, and like these boss fights are a lot more difficult. Um I'm spending sometimes like 2 hours on certain bosses. Like the Mithril Mines boss took me probably like 2.5, 3 hours just to beat. Very tough fight. Um, I'll say if you are, it's very early in the game. If you are fighting that boss in the Mithril Mines on hard mode, with you have to fight with Barret and Red. Just use you have to use a synergy skill Iron Defense, or you literally won't survive that boss. Like there's no way there's no way to defend yourself from his attacks without using the synergy skill Iron Defense. Um, and I fought that boss like a week and a half ago, and I'm still traumatized from him. So I mean, other than that, that's pretty much all I've been playing. So with that said, we can start jumping into our topics. Looks like we have all we're going to have today. Looks like we don't have any Zero, Kofi, or Jubei. So 3-person panel. Let me jump and get the timestamp for this first topic. You guys got us to 48 minutes in the show. Wow. And so our first topic, being that we're kind of light, I know it's a couple things that hold up. Let me get that out of the way. So I'm gonna do a what's on your mind segment, give you guys a chance if there's any gaming topic that's not one of our primary topics today that's kind of on your mind, give you a chance to shoot it out. Nappy's been quiet for a while. Nappy, as it relates to the gaming and entertainment industry, what's on your mind?
Yeah. So first, today's day that no kills for the Wii U and the Nintendo.
Oh wow. Oh, lock this bad boy.
So I've just been thinking about watching people now. How to hack your Wii U YouTube videos have been trending lately. So I'm curious if those go after. So let's hack your Nintendo Wii. Yeah, Wii U.
Oh,
I mean, it's that's like,
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Are you freaking kidding me?
Uh,
All right. So the topic. So when I switched the topics, the audio went away. Yeah, this thing is all jacked up.
just screw me, huh? I ain't nothing.
All right, we're gonna go back. First topic is what's on your mind. I'm having technical difficulties. You guys are gonna have to bear with me. Gotta get this OBS right. So, Nappy, start all over again. What's on your mind?
Start over again. All right, so starting this all over again. Yeah, Nintendo officially killed support for the Wii U and the they killed support for the Wii the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. So those two platforms, their eShops are officially closed, and in celebration of the Wii U no longer being supported, a lot of people have been posting videos on how to hack your Wii U in 3DS, which is actually a fun thing to do and a fun way to like official unsupported consoles. I'm now curious to see if Nintendo's going to strike those videos down because it's Nintendo. So we'll see. But I mean, yeah. And then we got what till July is when 360's e-store is going to officially be shut down. So 360 is no longer going to be supported. So yeah, looks like we are moving forward with gaming as a whole, and we're going to leave some legendary consoles behind. Another second thing is actually something I want to show y'all because Steam did something that nobody thought that Steam would ever do, which actually I can share on my screen, and I will share it with you guys. Here we go.
Hold on.
All right, just let me know if you could see my screen.
Yep, I can see it. Just give me 1 second. Let me do this to try to kind of okay. All right, just so we can have the topic up. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, Steam has made an update to its family features. So now Steam allows you to have these new thing called families. And the way how these families works is you can have a total of up to 6 Steam accounts can join as one family, and then basically you guys can share your whole library with all your family members. So the way how it works is basically someone starts a family, which this is me right here, this is my girl, and this is my secondary account. And what this allows you to do, this will allow your family member to play any game in your library while you could play other games. So they will have like access to your whole library, which is really crazy. And also to let you know, when you start a family and join a family and you start playing one of your family members' games, you pretty much are locked into your family. You can't join another family for a whole year. So as you see, I started this family April 3rd. And because my girl, she decided to play one of my games in my library, now I can't join a family till April 3rd, 2025. Because it's a way to prevent people from hopping from family to family to family to family.
Yeah, but that's a very cool feature that I hope it's implemented everywhere.
Yeah, so this is
find a group of gamers who have thousands of
it's only 6 people.
And we can only 6 people members.
So here's another thing too is if you actually go to the library, so right now you're going to have 3 different sections for your library. So you're going to have your included games, excluded games, and free games. Free games, basically you can't share a free game. It's free. It doesn't work. You also, for excluded games, these are games that the publisher has opted out of the family sharing feature. Like say for instance, Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Assassin's Creed Origins Ubisoft has opted out the family sharing program, which is kind of weird because Assassin's Creed Unity is one of the games that you can share with your family, but you can't share Black Flag or Origins, which is why. So basically, like certain games, like that companies don't want you to share, you can't share. games that you can share are basically all the games in our library. And what's cool about this is it doesn't matter who has a copy of the game. So basically, as long as you and another person has a copy of a game, basically any like 2 or 3 people of your family can play it. So say for instance, like me and my girl, we both have Baldur's Gate 3 in our libraries. If we added a fourth or a third or fourth person in our family, and those 2 people decide to play Baldur's Gate 3, they will be able to use our Baldur's Gate 3 copies to play Baldur's Gate 3. And then my girl and I, we still have the freedom to play any other game in the library without kicking them off. So this is, a lot of people say that this is like extremely generous. That Steam is even allows you to do this.
Being able to be combined. That is
so basically, yeah. So you actually, and if you do have multiple copies of a game, like say for instance, like let's just say Resident Evil 2, for example, you will see like a number 2 where it says like, hey, your family has 2 copies of this game, so 2 people in your family can play this game at once. And it gives you
so only one person can play a game at the same time.
It depends, like how many copies. So like say for instance, if I have a copy of a game, my family can go into my library and play that game while I'm playing something else.
All right, so like you have Resident Evil 8 on Steam, right?
Yes.
Me and you both want to play Resident Evil 8 at the exact same time. We both
it will prioritize the it will prioritize the owner. So basically what will happen is that the owner of that Resident Evil 8 will have priority over the other family member.
Oh, so you can like kick.
So that's how that.
So you can like kick the other person off and be like, "Oh,
yeah." Steam will do it for you automatically because you are the owner of the game. Therefore, you have all the rights.
That is also that is also a great feature.
Yeah, they Steam always had that with their original family sharing features, but now
it sucks if you're not.
I mean,
it
sucks.
But
I mean, you get 5-minute grace period, so they give you 5 minutes to like save your game before they like just chuck you.
Yeah,
off.
Okay,
like, so you're like in the middle of a boss fight or something like that. That would kind of suck.
Yeah, you better if your family member hops on, you got 5 minutes to beat that boss and save the game. You better hope auto saves on. But it's really interesting though, because it's like my girl. Ever since that we combined our library, she has been downloading all games in my library and been playing just about everything. Like right now, we have 2 copies of Grim Dawn. So if we wanted to, me and her can play that together because my main account and my alt account has it. We have 2 copies of Left 4 Dead 2. We got multiple copies of Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World. So if we want to play the game together, we can. Multiple copies of Outwards. So basically, it's a really good family system. We got 3 copies of Saint Rose 3 in our family.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's like
me personally, I think it's a really good idea because I've always said the biggest barrier to getting people into like console level gaming or PC level gaming is just the cost. So that comes with it. So like if I'm able to, get me a ROG Ally or whatever to get into the Steam ecosystem, and I can join my family's library and have access to hundreds of games day one, it just lowers that barrier to entry, helps me get into gaming easier than
Yes. Also another thing too is once you actually play a game in your family's library, it will lock you in. So you basically won't be able to wait, did it update? Does it show that my library currently, or it just shows the main manage page?
It just shows your family. It just shows Nappy, Big Enemies, and Z Nappy. X Nappy.
Yeah, that's
Z-Nappy.
yeah those. So it doesn't show you my library. Okay, well,
all right, if you click on your library, I'm sure we'd see it. But yeah, you're
no, I am on my. I am on my library. Actually,
well, I'll close the stream.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Yeah, I was trying to show it off so that way you guys can have a view. It probably does it for security reasons, because it is in my settings of my account. So.
Okay.
But basically with this new feature, it's amazing. I love it. I'm trying to figure out what of my Steam friends that is willing to be part of my family so we could share libraries. So that way, like if he has games that he's not playing anymore, I could just hop into them. If I have games that he is interested in but he doesn't want to buy, he can hop into them. It's it's really a good feature. It's just that, and also I kind of understand why they kind of lock you in for a year, because of they just don't want you to like hop from family to family. So once you join a family and a family member or plays one of your games or you play another family member's games, you are basically not allowed to join another family for a whole year.
Oh, okay.
It's to prevent you from family hopping.
It's blood in, blood out.
So it's because that's what a lot of people were thinking at first. We're like, oh God, people are going to abuse the shit out of this, but you can't abuse it because as soon as you hop into family, you play one of the family members' titles. That's it. Steam is going to record that, and they're going to prevent you from joining another family for a full year. So it's kind of like, do I really want to share my do I really want to share my games with this person? Because once they're in, it's like they're in for years. Now, yes, you can like restrict some of your games from other people playing it, and you can actually manage your kids' accounts as well. So say, for instance, you buy games on your main account and you have your kids also have Steam accounts. You can have them join your family as a child, and you can actually regulate how long they play video games, which games they have access to, and you can just monitor everything. You can even monitor all their activities, which is like, for someone who's trying to monitor what their kids are playing online, this is like an insane, like, good feature. I'm relatively impressed that Valve just allowed this feature to happen, and I think that like all the consoles need to pick this up because this is like, it's beautiful. Like now that I can start a family and just we could share games. It's like we're living together. It's like, here's a physical. Hey, I got Soul Calibur 3. I remember I let my friend borrow it, and he gave me Devil May Cry 3 special edition to borrow for the time being. Like, I miss those days where we could just like borrow each other's games and just try it out. So now we have that ability again, not to the same extent as like exchange of physical copies, but a relatively good like virtual version of this. So Valve, you are great. For all the games that opted out of it, screw you, Call of Duty. Black Desert Online, you're a free to play game. I don't know why you opted out.
You know,
Assassin's Creed.
I think it actually makes sense, a game like Call of Duty not to be in that program, because that's a game that, like, you know, like, y'all are probably going to play together anyway, most likely. Like, or y'all are going to want to play at the same time.
I guess. I mean, they kind of,
you know,
we
just
can't
the
like
nature
take turns.
of what a Call of Duty is, like a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or a Destiny. I wouldn't think any of those type of. I would think it'd be like more catered to like more the single player type games than it would be the multiplayer. I wouldn't expect too many live service games to be a part of that.
For Honor opted out. Why did For Honor still a thing? Wow, For Honor opted out. Well, Knockout City is a free to play game now. Oh, they opted out. Wow. Fall Guys opted out in my library. Also games that you receive for free on your Steam account can't be used for sharing. That's an interesting one. That games that you got for free you can't share with your family, or like free as a free promotion. And what also is throwing me off is like Assassin's Creed Unity. I could share that game, but I cannot share Assassin's Creed Black Flag or Assassin's Creed Origins. Like, they won't let me share the good Assassin's Creed games, just the shitty ones.
Yeah, that like Assassin's Creed, I feel like should be in there, but like the live service multiplayer, I can kind of understand because y'all kind of gonna be playing them games around the same time, basically.
But here's the thing: I can share my Helldivers 2 with someone else. So if I'm not playing Helldiver 2, someone else can play my Helldiver 2 copy of Helldiver 2 right now.
If you're not playing it.
Yeah, if I'm not playing it, I could be playing something else and be like, hey, can I play your Helldiver 2? Go right ahead. And if I do hop on, I'm just going to kick them out in 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, but I can also understand a lot of live service games not opting into that.
Yeah, like I said, I have a huge Steam library. So my girl, she says she downloaded 30 games because of my Steam library. And when I'm not playing them, she's going to be playing them. A lot of them are old games, so it doesn't even matter.
Right.
And her library, she only got like 7 games in her library. So I kind of feel like we kind of make a joke of what you bring to the table in a relationship. This is like what you bring to the table of our video game relationship.
Yeah.
I got 349 copies of games. You got 7. I'm gonna need you. You need to contribute to this family better.
Step it up.
So yeah, if you're watching, you better step it up, man. You don't got enough games to be a part of my family, technically.
Step it up and hit that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button too while you at it.
But yeah.
Or else I'll kick you out of my family.
And well, you can't for a year. Y'all locked in.
Well, I can kick her out. She won't be able to join another family for a year.
That's horrible. You
and I won't be able to join another
family. They can't join another family for a whole year. That's trash.
Yeah, it's like a divorce court, man. It's like United States divorce. You got to go through that year before you can finalize it.
You shouldn't be allowed to kick nobody out for a year either.
This is gonna break friendship and relationship.
Nah, I'm not gonna kick.
Imagine you're game sharing with your bestie or with your lover, and all of a sudden your friend is like, "Hey, I want to join. Can you kick her out?" And you're like, "Absolutely, and kick her out. I'll kick your best friend out." Like, nah, that's gonna ruin friendship or relationship. I'm telling you.
Nah, I doubt most people don't have 6 hardcore gamers that they all have to be like in a family with. Most people don't, especially 6 PC gamers.
Yeah, 6 PC gamers is that's actually difficult.
Yeah, that's pretty rare.
How many people?
At least in America, I say that's pretty rare.
You can have up to 6 people, so 6 people can be a part of one family, and then all your libraries will combine.
With PlayStation, you're just one person.
Yeah, because it's not a family thing. It's just like a.
What about Xbox?
Xbox doesn't have this feature either.
Xbox doesn't have this feature. It was one of the features that was a part of Don Matrix's original vision for Xbox One when it first got announced, but so many people revolted with everything. That was one of the things that got
no, they're focused on DRM. That's why they didn't want that.
Yeah, you needed, but you in order to do the game sharing, you had to have the DRM. So being that, at the time, being that people were so against the DRM, they had to cancel the family sharing. It like they had it in the works at one point in time, but that's why it got canceled. And it never came back. The most we're gonna get now is possibly Game Pass Family, which is nowhere near the same because you have to pay for that service versus what they were offering before would have been free.
Yeah, so I can share my Cyberpunk copy. Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's a single player game.
Yeah, single player game.
I could share. Yeah, I'm just surprised at some of the games that actually can share with my family.
I'm not surprised about any of the single player games. The multiplayer games would kind of be a little more surprising to me than anything else. Like
Deep Rock Galactic. Yeah, Deep Rock Galactic is a shareable game, and that is a booming ass fucking multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. I do like this feature. It's just that if you invite someone to your family, like that's your homie for life, man. That's like you don't just you don't share your library with just anybody. I'm already locked in for a year anyway, so I can share it's not like my timer resets.
Yeah.
So
you can just add people to your family. You can't join nobody else. You can just bring people in now.
Yeah, I can just bring people in. I'm already locked in for a year, so.
And how selfish of you to add yourself to yourself.
That's my secondary Steam account, so that's because
you still have 5 more slots, or do you only have 3 more slots? Or you have 4 more slots?
I have 3 more slots.
Huh?
I only have 3 more slots.
Dude,
so my secondary account.
How selfish of you to add yourself twice.
That's because my secondary account, I had a bunch of games on there on my secondary account. So that way, when my friends came over, we both can play. I play on my main desktop. He plays on my gaming laptop.
Mm-hmm.
But now I don't have to do that anymore because if we cool, like you brother for life, we ride together. We ride together. We die together. Bad boys for life. I don't have to do that no more. I could just throw you in my family, and you have access to not only my games but also my secondary title games as well. So I come with two copies of certain games, and some of them are multiplayer.
Okay. All right.
So look, man, I look, man. I came to the table with this family. I came in with so many titles.
I'm so
that you
glad
guys
that
can
we
now
don't
have
have like a
access to.
6-person panel doing a "What's on Your Mind" segment. Nappy, I mean
Yeah.
not Nappy. Omar, do you have anything that's on your mind after
No.
your Final Fantasy Rebirth rant?
No, I think that's about it.
All right, cool.
Jesus.
I mean, if it's game related, you know, it's all good. It's all good. You know, Nappy blessed the viewers with some very good information with that new Steam thing. It may actually get some more people to be like, oh, PC gaming might just be the place for me.
Yeah. I mean,
So now that we gotta circumvent like all this weird audio stuff, give me a second, people, please. Let me just do this. I don't have to do that. All right. Now I gotta go back here, move this because this stuff just don't want to work for me today, and I appreciate our viewers being patient. Lock that in. And topic 2 of the day. Let me get the timestamp. And what we got here? What is going on here with that? And where we at? All right. Hellblade 2 previews started coming out, I think, on Friday. And pretty much all the review sites, all the major review sites, or preview sites, I should say, not review. All the major preview sites spoke pretty glowingly of the game. I think this is probably the first Xbox game that has been previewed in a long time that has been spoken about in such a positive light. As far as from a preview perspective, I don't remember, you know, a game like Starfield or Halo Infinite, or I don't think people got to really preview Halo Infinite. They just got to do the beta and stuff like that. But I don't remember just the glowing previews that I've seen so far when it's come to Hellblade 2. But along with those previews, we got news that Hellblade 2 on Xbox Series S and X is going to run at 30 frames per second, which has sparked some controversy within the gaming community. Mainly people curious as to why the most powerful console of the generation is unable to hit 60 frames per second with pretty much their two largest titles that they've released under Xbox in the last calendar 365 days. I mean, not including Forza Motorsport, of course, but you have Starfield, who missed the 60 frame per second target. Not saying that's the target they were aiming for. They wanted it to be 30 because they were doing the Creation Engine 2.0 and they wanted everything to be interactable. But you know, some gamers don't care about that. They want their 60 frames. And then Redfall missed the 60 frames per second target, which was, I'll say that right now, that was inexcusable. It did ended up hitting the 60 frames per second target 6 months later. and now we have Hellblade 2. So there are 3 major releases. 3 of the 4 major releases in the past 365 days, excluding the ABK stuff, because they didn't necessarily own them at the time that the games released outside of, well, they did own them at the time Modern Warfare released, but we're not going to count that for the sake of this argument, because they weren't in charge of the development. But 3 of the 4 games that they were in charge of development did not launch with 60 frames per second. So naturally, it has sparked some outrage in the community. I think most of the outrage is coming from the opposing camp. I'm not hearing a lot of Xbox people that are going crazy about it. There are some. But yeah, I'm gonna pass this off and get some of you guys' thoughts on the 60 frames per second being missed. So Nappy, as a person who is going to be able to play Hellblade 2 day one at 60 frames per second, I don't know if you'll be able to do it on your phone, but how do you feel
cloud gaming.
about Hellblade 2 missing the 60 FPS target, as you would say?
Well, I don't think it really affects me because it didn't say anything about PC players, so the sky's the limit. That's the reason why I am like part of the PC community rather than the console community. Also, if Hellblade 2 is like a single player game, so the one thing is I would care more so about FPS or FPS if I was playing like a multiplayer game where like each frame matters and like quick time events and stuff like that. But if the game will feel better if it stayed at a steady 30 FPS than if I were to play the game and it was jumping from like 60 FPS down to 45, back up to 60, down to 30. Like when you have that much of a gap in like stutters and the frame rate, it's going to be a terrible experience. If you have like a solid 30 FPS, it's a much more smoother gameplay. The same thing like when me and my friends were playing Dragon Dogma 2, like I could have high graphics and play at 30 FPS, or I aim for 40, but if you want to knock it all the way up, you can aim for like 30 FPS. And as long as it keeps that consecutive 30 FPS, it feels great. Or I could lower my graphics and then still play at 60, but then sometimes because of the AI characters in this game that are so overbearing, like it will drop from 60, drop all the way down to like 30, back up to 60, back down to 30. So to make the game more a smoother experience and honestly, it feels way better, I just cap it at 30 FPS.
Yeah.
So for a single player game, like it's not a big deal for a single player game to be locked at 30 FPS because I mean, everyone wants their games to look better.
I don't.
If you don't want your games to look,
Yeah,
I mean, you love the pretty visuals, you love that ray tracing. Look, okay, it's taxing. Even the 4090 still struggles with it. We do have yet to have a graphics card that can do max settings with RTX on and go past like 60.
And
there's some games that put it to its knees.
Because even like the 4090s, they were having issues with the heat when you max them things out. So
yeah, so I'm not surprised. I understand that everyone thought that these consoles are definitely a lot better compared to the previous generation, but it's not like this crazy leap that people think it is. Well, it kind of is, but for console, but trust me, we're not there yet. We're not there. We're not the 60 FPS with RTX on.
As opposed to they're using a chipset that's like actually like meant for gaming versus like, you know, on the previous gen hardware, the chips they were using were kind of used for a lot of different things besides just gaming.
The RDNA 2 is being used for different things too. So I mean, it's a custom RDNA 2 chip.
But the custom chips they made for the series consoles and for the PlayStation, those were like literally made for gaming versus the Tegra, like the chip that they use in the One and the PS4 weren't that same type of custom chip.
Yeah, I got you. That is I get what you're saying, but yeah, it's just we're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. We're not going to get the pretty ray tracing
We're never gonna
at
get
60
there.
FPS.
We're gonna get
I want to say never. Damn.
We're gonna get 1.5 more consoles most likely, and
I mean,
by then the TVs will be so advanced that probably your
it could
the GPU will probably
dissipate
be
heat
built
better.
into the TV, and you won't even need a console anymore.
Hey, that'd be cool. I mean, hey, all you gotta do is point it up. I mean, I'm pretty sure the TV will dissipate the heat better than a console can, and
Yeah,
better
you have
than
more
some
space
PCs.
you have more space to handle heat and all that. I'm telling you, I think what's gonna happen is the internet's gonna catch up, and they'll have the server farms and all that ready to rock and
Yeah,
roll. I'm talking about
we need
we're talking
fiber
about
everywhere.
10, 15 years from now.
Okay, yeah, damn, I'm gonna be like 40 something.
Yeah, that's what we're
Shit.
talking about. Like, we're talking about a generation and a half, basically.
Yeah,
So you're talking about the server farms and all that catching up, or these like GPUs being built actually into the TVs, which I think TV companies will be very interested in, because
PC gaming TVs. Oh my god,
yes,
Two
because it'll be an all-in-one thing, and if the GPU is not something that's removable, if it's like built into the TV, then you got to buy a new TV every 3 to 4 years to have the
Ooh,
latest
that's
and greatest
ugly.
graphics.
That's ugly. We are starting to get modular laptops now, man.
So I know, but you're not gonna get module TVs. That's just not happening. They're trying to get TVs smaller, not bigger. So you're not gonna get module TVs, most likely. I'm just saying.
That's
So
ugly, but
I think that'll kind of be the thing. Like, maybe, and then they can sell you like a Series X TV, like a TV with a Series X chip, a TV with a PlayStation chip, or a TV with a PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo chip all built into it. So like that'll like kind of be like the tiers of TVs that you get. Like, I think it'll be that, or you'll get the server farm thing. But I do think eventually the console won't be kind of the main thing anymore.
we got another generation, so
Yeah, I think we got a generation and a half before things.
Generation and a half.
Generation and a half. So
yeah, but yeah, gaming has not been there yet. And also, Yobi, I'm glad you joined that 8-bit Do Ultimate controller. I see you writing in the comment section. So
yeah, my comment thing disappeared. Hold up, let me get my
shit. Yeah. He's been saying a lot of things. Like, he's been saying that he's been playing Suicide Squad, future content, and a bunch of cool stuff. And just Hellblade 2 being 30 FPS. I don't care. It's a single player game. It's going to give you a smoother experience. You don't need 60.
Okay.
I guarantee you that playing that game at consecutive 30 FPS is better than playing that game at 60 FPS, where the frame rate jumps anywhere from between like 30 to 60 back to 30 to 60.
I will agree with you there, because we just had that issue with great game. We had that issue with Final Fantasy 16 in its performance mode, where the 60 frames per second was locked strictly to the combat, and then when you got out of combat, the frame rate dropped, I think, somewhere between 30 and 40. So just didn't make for a stable experience, and the resolution, and to get to 60, the resolution would just tank.
Yeah, no, see, that's the problem. You want like consecutive you want to have a, like, it has to be like the same. Like, if you're gonna start the game at 30 FPS, just play the game at 30 FPS. It's better than trying to get the highest frame rate and then like having it jump anywhere from like 30 to 60. That's too much of a jump where you're going to notice some issues. It's going to ruin your input latency, where you thinking you're going to hit this input on the right time, but it's not good.
Yeah, like right now I'm playing Rebirth on 30. Like, I'm not even fooling with the performance mode, because these consoles ain't really.
Oh. Honestly. Yeah, honestly, like I said, like, it's a single player game. You'll have a better, smoother experience at 30. You do not need 60 FPS. And I can't believe I'm actually saying that as a PC player, but it's true. Like Dragon's Dogma 2, like people, well, every PC player I know has locked that game at 60, 45, or 30 FPS because they would rather have a smooth experience at a 30 FPS minimum rather than having it all the way up to
playing it at 30 because of that little town thing that you were talking about. Like when you go into towns, it strains the frame.
Yeah, that's. I don't know what they did with that AI. Why is this? It's actually pretty decent. It's just why does every single NPC have an AI built into them?
Yeah, because I heard even 4090s are struggling with that Dragon's Dogma 2 at the moment.
It's because it's not a graphics card thing. It's literally a CPU thing.
Yeah, but I'm saying
they rely on the CPU for it.
A high end CPU. Like if you got like a Ryzen 9 and a 4090, I've heard even they're like they're struggling.
Yeah, it's on
max.
Yeah, that sound thing.
Yeah, they're struggling.
Yeah, just murder everyone in town and get it over with. you save yourself some FPS.
So someone has come in here to save the day on this Hellblade topic. Captain Xbox, how have you been doing? What have you been playing? And what are your thoughts on the whole Hellblade 30 frames per second controversy?
Yo, sorry. I'm sick.
Oh, we can't hear you at all, GJ.
Yeah, he's
Can you
low.
hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. The kiddo was sick, so
now I can't hear you. I don't know if you're whispering.
No, I'm not whispering.
No, I can hear him.
Okay.
I haven't been playing shit outside of Madden, so that's been the big thing. Yeah, like nothing too exciting. It's been kind of blah. As far as this Hellblade stuff, I mean, I haven't heard one single person that previewed this that's had anything to complain about with the frame rate. They haven't mentioned the frame rate outside of the obligatory, it's going to be 30 when it comes out, right? Like nobody has said, this was like, I noticed drops and shit playing this game. They were just enjoying themselves playing it. So I just want to know why people want to complain about it if the people that are actually previewing it also aren't complaining about frame rate issues.
Yeah, if it's stable, most people aren't going to complain about it, especially with a single player game. My thoughts on it in general is that I wasn't necessarily expecting the game to hit 60 frames per second. I think when I initially saw the game and they were talking about the power of the Xbox Series X and things like that, I think at that point in time, I thought 60 frames per second was a possibility. But as I learned more about the Unreal 5 engine and things like that, I realized that game most likely isn't gonna hit 60 frames per second. With them trying to be as visually stunning as possible with that particular title, I didn't necessarily expect it to hit 60 frames per second on that particular title.
Y'all want better graphics. Yeah. Y'all got better graphics.
And I'm 100% okay with that. Like I've seen the kind of the kind of what's the word? Compromises you have to do to get that 60 sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes it looks a little rough. And I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. It's like this isn't like a Twitch game, it's very methodical and plotted outside of like, parrying or whatever the hell. Like it doesn't like require like instant reflexes, Like 30 frames is totally fine.
Oh, Yobi said that the problem is that it's the people who are complaining about it saying that Xbox said that 60 FPS was the standard.
They did say that.
It's
no one has PlayStation even tried that. No one.
They put their foot in their mouth.
All right, so Xbox did put their, Aaron Greenberg in particular kind of put his feet to the fire a little bit when he said when he mentioned 60 FPS, and he kind of I don't want to say this in the wrong way. He kind of spoke out of his ass a little bit when he said the 60 frames per second thing, because he said that 60 frames per second was the standard, but then he followed up that same comment by saying, we're not mandating our studios to make games at 60 frames per second. So yeah, 60 frames per second is the standard, but at the same time, you're not mandating it.
That makes no sense. That
Yeah, that's what I'm
literally
saying.
saying one
But the
thing
thing
and then
is,
doing something else totally different.
Aaron Greenberg, to be fair to him, it's not his place to necessarily make those comments. I know he's like the marketing guy, but like he's not the guy to speak to what these studios are capable of doing and not doing. So I think in some ways he spoke out of turn. You know, I think Aaron Greenberg is a very genuinely excited person about the Xbox platform, and I think sometimes his excitement kind of gets him in trouble because he does. I don't think he has anyone checking his tweets before he hits send. So I think that kind of gets him in trouble a little bit.
Definitely.
He spoke out of turn a little bit in that moment. That's just my
There,
belief.
I don't want to hear no excuses for whatever their next gen shit is, though, bro. I don't want to hear not an area one.
Well,
If 60 FPS ain't it. Like, come on now.
Jubei, the one thing I'll say to you in this particular instance is it's Unreal 5, so I'm not necessarily expecting 60 frames yet because I'm not seeing any games on Unreal 5 hitting 60 yet. When I see a game hit it,
I mean, The Matrix told us that. Remember the tech demo they had for that? You remember how detailed and crazy that was? Yeah, there's no way that shit's hitting no 60 FPS. And I was cool with that. Like, I don't have a problem with it. I'm just saying their next gen machine, this shouldn't even be a debate. It should not be a fucking debate.
So well, it's gonna be a debate because when it comes to, now that we're getting to this next generation talk, you gotta keep the box somewhere between $4.99 and $6.99, right? So if you're gonna keep the box between $4.99 and $6.99, there's gonna have to be some compromises. So is the next generation in the next generation, are we increasing graphical fidelity at all, or are we just putting all our resources to improving frame rate and ray tracing capabilities? You know, like they're gonna have to decide what is gonna be the priority when they make these next generation of consoles. Is it gonna be frame rate to the point where everything, no matter what the engine is going to be 60 frames per second? We're going to have to wait and see, because I don't think the next generation of consoles is going to come with quote unquote next generation engines like this generation did. I think UE5 is going to be around for a while. Creation Engines 2 is going to be around for a while. I don't think the Decima engine is going to, have a next generation engine in the next generation. So I think the engines that we're working with now are going to be the engines that we have for a while. So I think they will be able to hit those targets. It's just a matter of do they prioritize visual fidelity or frame rate? Because you're going to have to choose when you're having a console at such a cheap price. So I mean, that just is what it is. Omar,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the whole Hellblade 30 situation?
Yeah, you said it. It's the Decima engine. It's the Unity engine.
Yeah.
At the same time, it makes you question why invest in Unity if you knew
Unreal,
you're not
not
going to hit
Unity.
that.
Unreal.
I must say,
sorry.
go on.
Because they switched from 4 to 5.
Yeah, they switched from 4 to 5.
But four is also dog shit.
So
It can be dog shit all at once if you know what you're doing with it, and you can make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Yeah. What the coalition does with Gears and Unreal 5 is going to be the standard for Unreal 5. I haven't seen a studio that pulls shit out of Unreal like they do. I don't know how they continue to do it, but they fucking do it.
So if you actually watch like the Unreal 5 like videos, so they will show you videos of like all the new features they add to Unreal 5. The biggest issue with Unreal 5 that honestly isn't Unreal 5's fault, is more so of the developers being lazy, is that they added all these cool lighting mechanics that automatically does like most of the lighting stuff for you. But they even said it like if you were to use these software and use these features, it's going to be taxing on the hardware. A lot of developers use Unreal Engine 5's lighting capabilities, the auto lighting lighting features. I forgot what they called it. It was like dynamic lighting or something like that. Basically, it cuts back on development time significantly when you just use that feature. It's just that your game is going to be more taxing on people's hardware, and rather than you actually going through and actually doing the lighting set, the dynamic lighting yourself and customize it for your game. A lot of people. So I don't know if I can say Unreal Engine is bad. It's more so people are just using the easy features so they can get their games out quicker.
So they're building. So it's
nobody
like
has
building
put
a
in
game
the
for
work.
dummies.
Yeah, nobody has put in the work. They're doing all the. Oh, guys, we could save all this time by just having it do it for us. But there's no optimization happening with that. You have to.
The optimization comes a year or two later with the
patches.
Yobi said.
It's gonna come down to gears to show us the way, bro.
Yobi said something that I agree with. He said that that's disrespectful to call the devs lazy. To me, because I say that because I'm not a dev. I don't think I am in the right place to call a dev lazy.
I wouldn't say developers are innately lazy. I will say, like any employee, they have deadlines, they have project timelines, and they have to get what they can get done within those timelines, and certain sacrifices get made along the way. I think it really comes down to your publisher giving you the time.
Yeah, I was about to say it's literally about the publisher to
I think
hey,
it comes.
we want this, and we want you to prioritize it.
I think
over something else.
I think in general, gamers need to lay off of the developers and save that animosity for the actual publisher, because a lot of these games that release early and release broken are not because the developers are lazy and don't want to give you a good product, because they're still working on the product post-release. It's really the publisher saying this product is good enough to go. We don't really these issues with the game are not a large enough concern that we should wait 6 more months for this game to come out. That's basically what it is. The issue really comes down to the fact that they can just send you an update at any time. Kind of makes them feel like they can release the game in a semi-broken state, and you deal with it.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we do. Another thing also, it's just, besides like the whole development time of like just using all these like easy tools to like to like quickly put in lighting effects and all this other stuff and sparkles and all the, it's just the game industry in the whole is like trying to keep up with the pandemic days when everybody was at home and the gaming industry was booming. Now we're seeing a reverse in that. So now they're like trying to keep that up high. Like, oh, develop this game. We can make this much profit. It's not, gaming is going downhill back to, I'll say it's going back to normal. We're not in the house anymore 24/7. We can go outside now.
I think there's a
slight, they're still trying to chase that.
There is a slight regression, but I still think
still beating movie industry, that's for sure. But
we're still seeing the gaming industry is still I think it's still growing as far as revenue, but it's not necessarily growing in consumer base. So I think people who are gamers are still gaming more. They're starting to, they're buying more games, even if they're smaller games. They're gaming more, but you're just not getting more gamers. So
I
think that's
I get what you're saying.
That's kind of the issue that you're hitting there. But I want to give Omar a chance to finish his point when it comes to the Hellblade 30 frames per second.
Yeah, so it's just it makes you question how long they knew that it's gonna be 30, and it makes you question is Gears gonna be 30 as well or not?
Uh,
Because if it's a Unity issue, then you best hope that the coalition figures a way to go around it.
yeah. I mean,
Otherwise,
what is it?
yeah,
All right, so the game's been in development for over 6 years.
yeah,
You know, they've had some issues with the pandemic that kind of slowed down the development. I do think the game would have probably been out probably a year or two sooner. Uh, it being an 8 to 10 hour game, um, that is heavily supposed to be cinematic. I just get the feeling that the target for that game was always 30 frames per second. I don't think they were um I don't think 60 was the target. I just don't. Do I think the game will probably hit 60 a year or two down the line after the game's out? Maybe, because you don't stop working on a game after you release it nowadays. So it may hit 60 eventually on console, but I think 30 was always the initial target. Um, just because of the type of game it is. Um,
mm-hmm.
but we don't have anything else. We can roll
No.
into our second topic. We were kind of already talking about that. Pause for a second, people, while I'm deal with this BS. That is all right. All right. So now we got our third topic. Well, our second topic of the day. All right, Gear 6 rumors. So, over last week, we started getting our summer showcase rumors, and along with those rumors, we got a specific rumor from a well-known, well-respected leaker. I think his name's Nate the Hate, and he leaked that we'll be seeing Gear 6 this year. And a lot of people think that it's a strong possibility that it'll be at Xbox's summer showcase. Um, and it's supposed to blow people away. No Diddy. And it's supposed to apparently, according to Nate the Hate, it's gonna blow Hellblade out of the water. So I'm excited. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to Gear 6. We haven't heard anything from the coalition since Highbusters. They've been extremely quiet. So I'm gonna throw this down to Captain Xbox on my bottom left and get his thoughts on these Gear 6 rumors.
Like I said on the previous topic, the people that have built Gears from Gears 1 going forward have literally squeezed the life out of Unreal to get that shit at a solid 60. Like that's like their thing. That's their it's something that they pride themselves on. So if they can do it in Unreal 5, anybody can, but it takes work.
Okay.
Use
Is
that
there
dynamic
anything in
lighting,
particular
man.
you're looking forward to with this next installment of the Gears franchise?
Biggest thing is
Anything you're hopeful for?
I don't know, improved multiplayer offerings. It's
Oh God, in that cock store, get rid of it. Just gotta go.
yeah, that's gotta dip. I wouldn't be
Damn.
surprised if they did like the season pass route that Halo Infinite did, because it's a great season pass route. Like
Right.
have a season pass, you buy it, and you you can always go back and finish it later if you don't get to it. Like it that lacking that FOMO makes playing Halo and shit like so great.
Are you
But
one
I
of
know it's
those
like I'm not
people?
really into it.
Are you one of those people who want what's his name, Marcus Phoenix? To,
Fuck, bro, he's old. What are you gonna do with that? Unless this is a
They
new
all old.
exactly.
look,
He's old, bro.
Delta
don't
team was
act like
old.
you wasn't just sitting on your couch yesterday watching WrestleMania and watching Undertaker and The Rock go at it.
Of course, I wanted Stone Cold, but I'll take that.
They old as fuck, right?
Yeah,
Just
they
like
old as
Marcus
fuck.
Phoenix. All right, so old men, don't act like you ain't still watching Liam Neeson, do his thing.
Listen,
Ooh,
they can still move around, bro. I don't expect old ass Marcus to be moving around. That man got too much body trauma.
he way much drama. Oh, also one question: what do you think they're going to do about the story? Because remember they gave you that option that everyone hated.
Yeah, I mean Dell or JD who dies. I know canon wise it's supposed to be JD. So
Yeah, you think they're going to stick with JD? Will they give you the option?
no. JD has to die. Like that's the canon. That's what makes the most sense.
Yeah, so that'd be funny if it made it where James died.
Like
Okay.
yeah, like I'm just excited just to play more Gears.
Him too. Play
Just to
Horde mode. It's been a while since I
to see
played
what's
Horde.
new. Just to see what's new. It's like the biggest thing of Gears is like like hey, look, we got new chainsaw animations and stuff like that. Like I want to get that rundown of like all the new shit.
All right. And
And
I'm gonna throw it.
bring back the Gears 1 shotgun because it ain't been good since Gears 1.
I'm gonna throw it over to probably our least interested in this particular topic. Omar, what are your thoughts on the whole Gear 6 rumor? One, and are you of the camp that this game will be a full multiplat? I've been seeing that circulating on the Twitter.
Wait, hold up. Why am I the least interested? I
He is a
played
PC
Gears.
gamer.
Oh, he is a PC
He is a
gamer
PC
now.
game.
He is.
Yeah, so
I
he
didn't-
has
I said
access.
probably. I didn't say you were definitely were. You can prove me
I
wrong.
didn't play 5, but I played 2, 3, 4, I think.
Okay.
If I remember one I didn't play because it wasn't on PC, but I played 2 or 3 out of 5 games so far. I don't know what happened in 5, so I need to play 5. But I am super excited for Gears because I saw the gameplay improvement from 4 to 5. I played 5 a little bit. I saw the gameplay of it and I played it a little bit, but my laptop couldn't handle it. But going forward with the whole multiplayer thing, I'm too early. If we see Halo, the rumored Halo collection to debut on PlayStation, then it might be. But as of right now, nah. I think Xbox is just gonna focus on creating quote unquote the best version of Gears, and then we're gonna see what comes next. Speaking of Gears, it does make you question what they're gonna do with the story. Is it gonna be a reboot? Is it gonna be a soft reboot? Or is it gonna be a continuation? Because I know a lot of people are not a fan of 5 ending. So it's gonna be interesting.
I think it'll be a true sequel. I don't think it's going to be a reboot. I think whatever comes after 6, I think after 6 you would get in the reboot territory. But I think they're going to keep it. They're going to keep the story going. At this moment. And Nappy, your thoughts on these Gear 6 rumors? Are you excited? Looking forward to it?
Yes, I actually am looking forward to it because I can always love to get into Gears, and in 5 I actually played the whole story like with my friends, and Hive Busters was, oh my god, that was like almost nostalgic. That was like a love letter to the OG Gears fans. As far as the story wise, like I already mentioned it before, I'm a little concerned ish. I mean, I already know that they said they're going to have JD die. When I first played the game, I actually killed James instead of JD. I ain't gonna lie, he was black, so I had to save him. I was like, no, you can't kill him. Can't kill the brother.
Well, JD is James, bro.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Wait. No, James is Marcus' son.
Yeah, and what do they call him?
They just call him James.
Ooh.
Wait, so what the hell did they call his friend then? I thought his friend was called
JD, bro.
God damn it.
All right, you say the
Hold on,
black
let me
guy.
Google.
Okay, we get your point.
The black guy.
Say the black guy. All right, we got you.
Yeah, say the black guy. I had to say the brother, so.
He's named after John. The D is for Dom, bro. He's named after Dom, too.
Okay, well. So besides be saving the black guy, and even though that's apparently not the canon event, as a lot of people say, because it just doesn't make any sense why he's still alive. I'm just glad to see that Gears is coming out with a new title. I hope it runs good. If they're really good with Unreal Engine 5, I'm pretty sure that will have that nice 60 FPS. If it doesn't, lock it at 30 for the love of God. I would not be mad at you locking it for 30, because let's face it, all these lighting animations, lighting and dynamic lighting and all this other crap they're trying to put into these games nowadays is extremely taxing on the hardware. So, yeah, I'm just glad to see Gears. I would love to see Gears play with friends. I wonder if they're going to do a 4-player co-op, a 2-player co-op. The 3-player co-op wasn't too bad. I wasn't a big fan of the robots playing his story, even though he actually can be useful and kill people, and get you guns. But yeah, I'm actually just excited to see. Let's see in the summer case if they beat Gears 6, because it is long time coming, a long time waiting, and their Gears have been silent. Halo's done their thing, and this is Xbox next super IP that's not as big as Halo, but pretty close. So.
Okay. All right. So are you looking forward to do you want Marcus Phoenix back? I know that's a lot of people are talking about him possibly returning for this.
I mean, I think what they need to do is a
story of this arc. Do you want Marcus Phoenix back in some capacity?
I mean, I wouldn't mind him being in the background. I don't think he needs to be in the forefront with his son. If he's in the forefront with his son, I'm pretty sure that means Marcus Phoenix is going to die. I would guarantee you he's going to die. It's really like, I think what they need to do is find a way to do a proper passing of the torch, because 4 wasn't it. James came out of fucking nowhere, and it was funny because we both got the same name, but yeah, he just came out of nowhere and was just like, who the fuck are these guys? It wasn't a proper passing of the torch. And then in Gears 5, I didn't care about the female protagonist. I mean, she wasn't a bad character, but she was really like snobby at first, but then it's kind of like she didn't grow as much as a character, especially since she's like related to the Locust family. It was like, there was little to no growth in her story, which I was a little disappointed, because I get what Gears 5 was trying to do, but you gotta tell the story better. So hopefully Gears 6 should be a proper passing of the torch, because the Delta Squad, they're all old. I mean, Coltrane's still walking around with his little mech suit. Marcus is still running around, but for how much longer? I mean, we need to all the carbines are basically old. Surprisingly, they're still that one is still alive. His wife is the one that died, not him. So that was interesting. But yeah, they're just all old. I think Gear 6 needs to be a proper passing of the torch.
All right, cool. All right. So, does anybody else have anything else they want to say in regards to Gear 6 possibly showing up this year? Going once.
I hope it do. I really hope it do.
I hope they do.
That would be a huge moment.
Going twice.
What?
That would push PlayStation to show what they have.
Well, I mean, I think PlayStation is going to show what they have regardless.
You
It's just a matter
nah,
of if it's ready to be shown.
they're competitive. Once someone gonna start something, the other gonna show something. You
Yeah,
know
but you
this.
can't show something for the sake of showing it, especially if it's
You
not
know, no,
ready.
but they have a lot of stuff at work.
Now, I won't say that Sony will go out and just show something because Gear 6 or because Xbox shows something. I think they will. I think the way that they'll react is what they've done in the past. They'll lock up content in some way, shape, or form. They'll make sure that the PlayStation consumer has something to play. Like they did with Stellar Blade, most recently, or Forspoken. They'll make a deal. They'll lock in something. And they'll
Wait,
put a big marketing
what
push
about
behind it.
how come nobody brought up Rise of the Ronin, by the way, for PlayStation? Is that what happened with
Mid.
that?
Rise
All
of
right,
the
so
mid. It's mid,
it's
bro.
not
It's
that
mid.
Rise of the Ronin is doing good or bad. I think it's actually selling pretty decent.
It's mid.
But I think the discourse around Rise of the Ronin and people aren't really talking about it is because there is a contingent of people who are kind of like trying to get past the Metacritic rating that it got.
Yep.
So because of the Metacritic rating it got, I think a lot of people are just avoiding talking about it that normally would talk about it. And the people that are talking about it aren't necessarily talking about it in a glowing light because one, they haven't played it, and two, they just want to shit on a PlayStation game, not getting like an 80 Metascore.
So I know
So
two
it's,
people that are playing it right now, and
Yeah.
they're both are in love with it to the point they actually dropped Rebirth just to play Rise of the Ronin.
Yeah, I've seen people who say that
The issue with
they've
Rise of
liked
the
it.
Ronin is, from what I've heard, it's the visuals, more like the animation, and also the story. Is like they're lost in it. But when it comes to the combat, it's king.
So
it's a fun combat
I-
game. That's a fun open world combat game. Then I take it.
I'm gonna give as far as Rise of the Ronin, I'm gonna give my outsider's perspective of Rise of the Ronin as a person who just hasn't had a chance to touch it yet. And just what I think the public perception is. I think in
Me neither.
general,
I don't have it.
I think people see Rise of the Ronin, and the general consensus is this game falls short of Ghost of Tsushima. It's not at that Ghost of Tsushima level, so therefore, I may be hesitant to buy it or play it. The visuals don't captivate me the same way. I think in a lot of ways, Rise of the Ronin is living in Ghost of Tsushima's shadow, even though they're different type of games. Just because they
There's
are
totally different type
yeah
of game.
yeah even though they're different type of games, I still think just because of how Ghost of Tsushima hit the scene, I feel like the game is kind of living in Ghost of Tsushima's shadow, being that it's also a Sony published title. That and I think that's kind of, if anything, that's what's hurting the game and kind of its reception and perception among the public.
That's terrible. And speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, it's coming to PC soon. So
Yeah. So I think that's really the number one. Like when people are judging, they're not judging Rise of the Ronin based on it being Rise of the Ronin. They're comparing it to Ghost of Tsushima first, and then judging, it. So, but yeah. But with that being said, we can get to our final topic of today. And that would be, I gotta do this copy paste nonsense. Excuse me, people. Because I got audio issues today. And All right. So, our final topic of today is we are starting to get a lot of showcase rumors and leaks. Just going off the top of my head with no material in front of me. We have
Finally,
Tom Warren has leaked that the Xbox showcase is going to be June 9th. And there's possibility that Call of Duty Black Ops 4 will be there, along with several new IP that Xbox has in the tuck, which wouldn't surprise me at this point because they have what 40 studios, and like of those 40 studios, there's numerous teams inside of those studios, so that they could probably hit you with 3 to 4 new IP a year easily. And there's a certain danger with that, but we'll get into that a little later. So those are the rumors from Tom Warren. Then we already spoke on Nate the Hate's Gear 6 rumor. We have Jeff Grubb came out and he brought up PlayStation is planning an event for May, possibly. A May event is rumored, and with their particular event, his rumor is that PlayStation actually has some first party content, contrary to what their CEO has recently said. Which makes sense because the new CEO, all he said was no major titles from existing franchises will be dropping within the next year. That leaves room for other games to still come out. So one of the rumors that Jeff Grubb came out with, as far as game wise, specifically, was a new Astro game.
let's go.
Since the tech demo, so maybe a full-fledged Astro game, which would be cool because we haven't had a game really use the DualSense features like that tech demo. So maybe a full-fledged game would do that. That'd be cool.
I love Astrobot.
And
Amazing game.
lastly, Jeff Keighley came out, I believe, today, and he started talking about Summer Games Fest and asking what people will want to see there. So yeah, that's pretty much the
Another
rundown.
rumor is for PlayStation is SOCOM. A new SOCOM at work.
Okay, new
A
SOCOM.
SOCOM game that would actually be really awesome.
We've been hearing about new SOCOM for I don't know how many years now. So I'm but well, like I say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If a rumor won't die, there is typically some sort of truth to it, whether the rumor is ever truly realized or not. There typically is some validity to it. So with that being said, of all these rumors and leaks, Omar, what are you what's getting you excited heading into this summer showcase season that we're almost upon?
I'm excited. New games. Show us what new games we can expect and what new IPs are developers working on, and or existing IPs returning. You never know.
Yeah.
Anything is possible, especially with not one but two, with PlayStation and Xbox. And also you have Summer Fest, like it's gonna be, no pun intended, a feast with not two but three showcases.
Yeah. Hopefully we get 3. That would be good. That hasn't been the thing the past couple years. So hopefully we do get the big 3 Nintendo, Sony, Xbox all having a show this summer would be fantastic. I would really like to see that. Um, Nappy, what are your thoughts on these summer showcase rumors? Mr. Everything eventually makes its way to me via emulator or Steam.
I mean, I guess it's because there's not a lot of news going out right now, and this is like there's not much going on between April and May, so this is I'm pretty sure that they people are purposely putting out rumors like, hey, to keep people excited and anticipating what's going to be shown at this Xbox showcase. Again, I'm actually excited because I would love to see like what Xbox is willing to show and what games that we all can get into, Game Pass or console and PC. So with PlayStation wise, like there with their rumors, I'm kind of cool, excited with it. I mean, it seems like if it's a multiplayer game, I hope they would share it with PC. I mean, Astro, I already know I'm not going to see
I mean,
that
they
anytime
already
soon.
said multiplayer game gonna be day and date.
They said it, I gotta see it.
I mean, Helldiver.
Well, Helldivers already started off on PC, so I kind of understand why they kept it on PC. That would have been a terrible idea to lock it. But I'll give you that one, Omar. I'll give that for the PlayStation crowd. Y'all did share Helldivers 2 with the PC players.
They got to
even
get
though
Gran Turismo over there on the PC. That's what they need to get.
that would be very interesting. That actually would go very well, especially with all the driving builds people have on their PCs.
Yeah, they need to get Gran Turismo over there ASAP.
Yeah, so but yeah, I'm just excited to see.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, continue. I will
Yeah, I'm just excited to see what games come out because again, like eventually I'll get my hands on this. Eventually, I mean, like I say, I'm about to get Ghost of Tsushima.
Well,
That
speaking about
with
that,
all the DLC.
is it confirmed for PC?
Yeah, it's on the Steam, it's on the PC website right now.
Okay, cool. You never played it?
No, I never played it, so that's why I'm
Cool.
like, you know what? I am
You're
kind
in
of
for a
excited for it.
treat. You're in for
Yeah.
a treat.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Yeah, I haven't even watched any gameplay or nothing. I just heard it was a very good game, and I'm like, oh shit. Let me hop on this game because apparently Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut May 16, 2024, with all of the DLC that you guys got. So, and it has
Nice.
online co-op. So, I didn't know how online
Yeah,
co-op.
yeah.
It's not for the main story. It's like
Ghost of Tsushima Legend
yeah, they have a
is
multiplayer
its
mode.
own gameplay. Yeah, it's a great
Oh.
game. It suffers from lack of content, and that's
Oh.
basically it.
Yeah, it's like they dipped their toe in the live service, but they didn't go fully through with it, and they just like kind of released that mode and didn't do anything else with it.
No, they did anything else with it. It's just they focused way more on costumes instead of actual mode. They put one or two extra modes, but they should have created way more raid bosses. These were fun, and sadly,
Yeah.
we didn't get any more of those. So
Yeah,
far, I
wait,
remember.
was Ghost of Tsushima on a PlayStation 4?
Yes,
Yeah.
started out as a PlayStation 4 game.
It's a
Yeah, okay,
PlayStation 4 game.
Yeah, I could see some of the tactics they use to make the game look good because it's very colorful.
Yeah,
But I could, as a PC player, I could see like clear as day what tactics they use to make the game look so
It's
colorful and beautiful.
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, so it's not. I didn't complain. I think it's great. It's just I was just like, yeah.
Also, the voice actor for it, the Japanese one, is none other than Zoro.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
Well, I was
from
gonna.
One Piece.
This is like a type of game I will put in Japanese and put subs on anyway. So
yeah.
So this is a game I'm excited for. But yeah, going back to the showcase, I'm just excited to see what games I play because Xbox, they're nice to deliver me games day one, of course, and PlayStation, it depends. If they feel stingy, they'll make me wait. If not, it'll be thank you. I really appreciate it. Like I was happy that Helldiver 2 did come out on PC day one because I was scared that they were going to take Helldivers away from PC, even though it started on PC. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
They looked out for you. They said we know Nappy needs this game.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I mean, right now, Helldivers 2 is the best multiplayer game we got right now. That's ongoing community. So who can step up to the plate?
All right. And Jube, showcase season. Wait for E3 season. How you feeling?
Show me something.
What you looking forward to?
Show me something. Show me something.
Mm-hmm.
Show me something first party. That's it.
Yep.
All right, so here's the thing.
Do
Xbox
something
has
that you
been
haven't
showing
done
you
for a
a
couple
lot,
of years. I'm not talking about Xbox.
but I'm talking about Xbox you because you're Captain
I know.
Xbox.
Okay.
So Xbox now has all these studios. They got all these publishing houses. They got 3 publishing houses, close to 40 studios, tons of development teams, tons of announced games, tons of unannounced games. How are you feeling going into this E3? Still waiting for
E3?
games from the
Or
showcase that launched the generation. You know, you still
Honestly,
like we saw Fable last year, but like we know Avowed's coming this year, but you know, State of Decay 3, the game that Rare was working on, I can't think of its name, right?
Everwild.
Yeah. How you feeling about games like that you know we saw over 6 years ago, and we just haven't heard or seen anything since? Are you expecting to see any of those type of games during this season, or do you think some of these games maybe canceled, getting swept under the rug, and you're just kind of looking forward to what you saw last year, like South of Midnight and maybe Outer Worlds 2 and things like that? Like, kind of, what's your feeling going into this season on the state of Xbox and some of those older titles that they've been working on for such a long time?
We need updates for everything that they teased at the beginning of the generation. Even if it means it's not coming, we need updates. We need to know.
And
yeah, what happened to Fable to
well, we saw Fable last year.
Perfect Dark?
Yeah, Perfect Dark.
All
I
these
say because I know they said I know Fable. They said they began production, so it was like they said they began production, and we ain't gonna see Fable for like
they showed
good 2-3
a
years.
trailer with gameplay last year for Fable.
2026. Fable 2026.
Yeah. So
2026. Oh, damn,
I do want to
that's
see more
2
of
years away.
Clockwork Revolution. I definitely want to see more of that,
Clockwork
even though
Revolution.
that's still recent.
And also when it comes to you and your Captain Xbox and all this other stuff, how are you feeling about them owning so much content now? And do you think it fits all into one show, or do you think they're getting to the point where, you know, Xbox needs a 2 or 3 day type thing, you know?
It's nice. It's a privilege to be able to do a 2 or 3 day type thing if that's what comes to pass. But I feel like their purchases should all get, their own show. You know what I mean? Like Activision, you need a whole show for Activision because they're technically a multi-plat business. You know what I mean? With COD going everywhere, like they're gonna need their own show. Bethesda's gonna still need their own show because it's Bethesda.
All right,
Oh my
so
God. They need all the help they can
would you
get
be
right
cool
now.
with Bethesda and Activision getting their own show,
Yep.
but the A stuff gets put on the quote unquote Xbox stage, and Activision and Bethesda don't necessarily get to debut the A stuff in the way that they used to?
No. Here's your thing: you let their shows do a deeper dive into it. You get the first reveal on Xbox, so people know.
So the A
this is
stuff. So
Xbox.
like you want the actual Xbox show to be rocking from, the time it starts to the time it ends, banger after banger after banger.
Yep.
And then the Bethesda and Activision show just be like, not necessarily lesser shows, but those titles won't necessarily premiere on their stages anymore. Is that kind of what you're saying? Is what you want?
Mm, like I said, yes and no. Like I want gameplay to appear on those stages.
Okay.
Xbox can show us some teaser, or a teaser trailer, and be like, yo, if you want to see more of this, check out the ABK show that's coming tomorrow, and you'll see it. But like, you also have to understand, like, not everybody watches all the different press conferences. Some stick to
Yeah, because
just
I think
Nintendo, or
last year
just
Xbox
like
did
there's
have
just
2 shows.
yeah, they did.
They had 2 shows last year. So you're
I
expecting
wouldn't
2
be
again,
surprised if
or are
they.
you expecting
I'm expecting
3?
3. I'm expecting 3.
Okay.
I want them to announce that World of Warcraft is coming to console.
So that's what you want the
World
big
of
announcement to be
Warcraft.
is World of Warcraft on console.
From the
All the
ABK
games.
show. From the ABK show.
Actually, what about Overwatch's 2 PvE mode? That ain't never happened.
I don't give a damn about Overwatch. So.
I thought that got scrapped.
Well, I mean,
It
It
hasn't
did.
Overwatch 2 been making some improvements since acquisition?
We have no idea. They are struggling.
No, I could have
Yeah.
swore
Just
we just
doubling
posted
back.
something in the group chat that they did some really good stuff with
No,
Overwatch 2
apparently
recently.
they laid off people. I'm not sure about this one, but I do remember that the Overwatch PvE got scrapped.
That was a long time. That was before Microsoft, but I'm saying since Microsoft, I could have swore they did something like gave away a bunch of free content or something like that. I have to look it up. They've done something recently with that damn game that was good. Not because I sent it to you specifically, Nappy. I said it's still not what you want, but looks like they're back on the right track.
Let me see. But they probably are on the right track now that they got new management, but they're fighting an uphill battle because, oh my God, man, did everyone just leave Overwatch so badly?
Yeah, I could have sworn they just did something with that game, but yeah. Overwatch 2, hopefully it does reach its previous glory.
I don't care about that game.
You just hate it so much, man. What are you, a Valorant player?
Play Paladins. Don't play no damn Overwatch.
Hey, you're Captain Xbox. You can't speak bad on any of those titles anymore.
Overwatch sucks, bro. Go play some Paladins.
All right, we're gonna remember that when someone dogs your Halo.
That's
Just
fine.
got to eat it.
Overwatch sucks. Overwatch sucks.
But yeah, as far as the E3 season, there is a lot that I'm looking forward to. I've been seeing all types of rumors when it comes with whether it's games or acquisitions or whatever. This is just my favorite time of year because you just never know what you're gonna get, but you do know you're gonna get games. I do want to see what was going on with that indie game, the one that they showed on the Xbox show last year, where it's like 100 people can like play against like the enemy at once.
Interesting.
Remember that game that
Yeah, I
they showed
remember
last year, Jube? It's an indie game.
On which platform?
On the Xbox show. It was like a game
an
where like
Xbox.
it was like you and like a Mortal 33 or something like that. So it's like 33 y'all can go up against the computer basically.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually what it is. That is what it is.
Yeah. So I want to see that. I want to see what's going on with that game. I know people are looking forward to Towerborn and things like that, but I think that's like kind of like a game that can kind of be like a hidden gem. And even like, like small channels like us, you can do like community night, small to mid-sized channel can have community night. You can have like 33 player co-op, which I'm sure will be messy, especially if everyone has on headsets. Ooh, that'd be messy. But it should be a fun type of messy. But that's one game I'm definitely looking forward to. I want to see that again. I said Immortals 33, so it's 33 Immortals. Okay.
So, speaking of third party, There is now rumors that Ghost of Tsushima 2 is on its way to be shown. Just for
Ghost of Tsushima 2.
yep,
Ghost of Tsushima came out when?
2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah, and then
So we're
they
in
worked on Icky
2023
Island
now.
DLC.
Well,
Yeah.
The Icky Island DLC came out like a year and a half later.
Yeah,
So they just did the PC port. At this
did
point,
they do that or
I
Nixon?
don't believe, me personally, I don't believe Ghost of Tsushima 2 will land at the end of the PS5 generation the way that Ghost of Tsushima did. I think if anything it's probably like a year or two into the PS6 life cycle. That's just my opinion. Do I think they'll do a Ghost of
I
Tsushima 2? I do think they'll do one. I don't see it coming at the end of the gen again. Me personally. I just don't. I think if anything it'd be a launch title or it'll be a year or two into the gen.
interesting.
So I would say 2027, 2028 for Ghost of Tsushima 2. Me personally. 6 years
I
development
think
time
it's
because
gonna
they still had to
come.
do the DLC, they had to do the PC port, so they probably just started work. If anything, they started
Nah,
working on it probably like 2021,
PC port,
2022.
but for the so far I know PC is handled by Nixon.
I don't think I don't think every PC port is done by Nixus.
The big one is
Yeah,
handled like they did Forbidden West. They're gonna absolutely be doing Ghost of Tsushima.
because
They're not gonna have
they didn't do Naughty Dog, did they? Naughty Dog did their own
yeah,
PC port,
yeah,
did they?
and look what happened to that.
Yeah,
They
so
not
I say I don't think they do
so
all of them.
after that debacle that was Naughty Dog, I think they're gonna
Well,
handle the big one by
PlayStation
Nixon.
has had a couple really bad PC ports out the jump.
Yeah, they still have the PlayStation logo, the PlayStation like little button lay icons popping up when you have an Xbox controller hooked up to it, which was funny.
Like I
The
know
button,
Horizon
the
Zero
button
Dawn
from
released very poorly on PC. I know Last of Us did.
So actually, I think the Last of Us was the last game that actually had like really bad performance. The other games so far they've been doing pretty well. Like the Uncharted series did decent.
Ratchet did good. It's just been been hit or miss with them a little bit, but for the most part,
it's we'll see.
so far,
Ghost of
so far I
Tsushima.
know Nixon have been doing justice when it comes to Nixon only.
Well, that's what they do. So that's their specialty. I would expect them to do well, but I think
What
I think
PlayStation
overall
needs,
Sony has some growing pains when it comes to their PC ports, and I think Nixus is helping them get where they
what
need to be.
PlayStation needs is a studio, another studio like Nixon.
I think
They can't if they wanna go the PC route, which clearly they want. They can't keep fucking it up.
well, I think what eventually will happen is Nixus and their expertise, instead of having a studio that only does PC ports, I think the Nixus expertise will find its way into the other studios to where they are able to do that better. They'll be able to do PC ports better. Like the same way that Xbox or any other multi-plat studio is able to kind of manage. I think PlayStation will expand that capability and be able to manage as well. But it's growing. That they have their growing pains because I don't think they ever really saw themselves doing that, and then they made that shift, and it just takes a level of time and commitment to get it right. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. With that said, I think we hit this summer showcase meeting, summer showcase leaks thing out the park. And we can go right into our outros. I would click on outros, but these audio issues I got to figure out. I'll just
Man, say I gotta do the. He said I'm gonna do it later.
yeah, I'm just gonna do it later. And that is exactly right. So outros. Nappy, where can people find you? What will you be playing this week? And are there any new controller reviews we can look forward to?
So yes, I am currently got to redo this controller review because big one changed up some features, and now my video's kind of outdated, so I got to update it a little bit. As far as that, I have this controller done. There's a mobile controller that I'm almost done with as far as this review, and I have another mobile controller coming in the mail, which is going to be the predecessor of the Apex 3 controller, which was a controller I reviewed on my channel a while back that had the LED screen and actually had the haptic feedback triggers like the DualSense controller. Now they got a updated version of this, which is called the Apex 4, that also has a haptic feedback triggers and also haptic feedback joysticks for PC. So it's just like, yeah, PC gamers, it looks like we get our haptic feedback controller. So once that comes in the mail, I get to unbox and review that controller, which is going to be nice. And as far as video game wise, I'm still, of course, enjoying Dragon's Dogma 2. I am doing all the side quests while I'm leveling up my character and his pawn, trying to get all the classes max level, see what other classes I can unlock. Huh?
What class are you playing at?
I just finished the fighter. Right now I'm on thief. I had my pawn finish mage, and I put her to warrior. But we're still like at the very beginning. We've just been doing a bunch of side quests, and we've just been leveling up like crazy. I have not bought a single microtransactions. I could see how it could be tempting at the beginning to buy those fast travel stones from the market, but just be patient, actually explore. You actually get rewarded for exploring. Like if you don't explore in the game, you're going to miss all out on a lot of stuff and a lot of markers. Like don't be afraid to explore, especially, and even exploring at night is actually kind of fun. Run into a bunch of goblins, and then all of a sudden I got attacked by a griffin. While fighting the griffin, some other giant troll came out of nowhere. The dragon popped up out of nowhere and said my name, Arisen. My chest glowed, and I realized I was chipping, doing little to no damage, so I ran away. Like Dragon's Dogma 2 is a fun game. It is truly a fun game. Besides that, if multiplayer games will be Helldivers 2. I'm going to get back into a little bit of Power World because they fixed the server. And I still have like 2 months left on my server, on my dedicated server. So I gotta make sure my pals are okay and they're not starving or depressed or ready to commit suicide or anything.
I'm alive. We not even monetized yet. You trying to get us kicked? You just trying to get us kicked off?
Oh shit! I'm sorry. They decided to jump off a cliff. GTA.
So if we don't have a show next week, blame Nappy because
oh god. And GTA, I meant in GTA.
But yeah, so Omar, where can people find you, and what will you be playing?
You can find me at Carab_Job on Twitter and Other Player Podcast every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern time.
So Omar does have a show on Saturdays. And what do you say it's called? Other Players?
Other Player Podcast.
The Other Player Podcast. And is it a PlayStation centric podcast? Or is it more general?
No, it's like us.
Okay, so it's more of a general topic.
We cover everything.
Okay. So yeah, be sure to check that out on Saturdays if you guys have a couple minutes. Even if you don't on Saturday, YouTube is there 24/7. Check them out during the week. Different panel. And there's some good people. We did a what is it? We did a showcase with a couple of people from that podcast, and they're really cool people. So
we did a joint showcase together back in the heyday of E3.
All right. Make sure you drop that link in the chat, okay, Omar? And
Yeah, I will do so.
And last but not least, Jubei. Where can people find you, and what will you be playing this week?
Yeah, you can find me at Jubei X Sensei on gaming platforms. Jubei Sensei everywhere else. You will not find me apologizing to Kendrick after dissing him though. So you won't find me.
What? Wait a second.
Apologize to
So, are you
Kendrick for
you're a
what?
Kendrick fan or a J. Cole fan?
I like both, but J. Cole ain't in no top 3 if he gonna sit here and apologize. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man,
I mean, well, okay, well, honestly,
J. Cole said he more about his piece than he about that beef. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just,
I'm about to say, because honestly, I don't even know what Drake and Future were there for to begin with. I mean, they're like side characters.
All right, so I mean, we're going on a tangent. We're getting away from gaming.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I will
I
say
still
this
don't
in
know what's
regards to
happening
the
with
whole
this.
J. Cole Kendrick Lamar thing. Personally, I don't think, if you listen to the song, I think like J. Cole was kind of an innocent bystander. He wasn't necessarily the target of the diss. But he
most
did
of
the
the
song
diss was
with
at
Drake.
Drake. Most
it was Drake.
Yeah,
The pop rapper.
You know, so J. Cole, he didn't really thought about it like, Kendrick not really even coming after me. Like, what am I doing here? Well, you know, and I think because of his relationship with Kendrick, they actually do have a good relationship. I think he just was like, you know what? Let me just chill.
J. Cole helped Kendrick get to where he's at today. Like,
I mean, Drake helped him get to where he is today. So, I mean, that's a whole different story.
No, I'm saying, yeah, J. Cole helped Kendrick. Like, he actually like noticed Kendrick's style and got Kendrick like help him get records and get out there.
Good Kid, Matt City.
Am I the only one that have no idea what the fuck is going on?
We're talking hip hop. Good Kid, Matt
I
City.
know what you guys talking about. It's just I don't know anything about these people, and I have never listened to a single song of them.
They're the only good rappers we got left. Literally, J. Cole and Kendrick are the last 2 good rappers we have left in this generation.
Yeah,
After that, we're done.
Hey. That's not to say that Drake can't rap well.
I'm just saying.
Don't be talking about shit.
Kendrick's
he's
first
a
album,
pop rapper that needs to get over his damn ex-girlfriend.
He don't be talking about shit.
So what I'm saying is that Drake put Kendrick's first album on the map as far as the national stage with Poetic Justice. Because without that track, his song, he would have just been a West Coast rapper. So Drake did that. Like, Drake did that for him. Drake and Jay-Z with the Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix and Poetic Justice pushed Kendrick into the national stage. He would have just been a West Coast rapper otherwise. And even then, with those records, Kendrick's album, it didn't have
recent
the
album
style of tracks needed to generate sales. And it really didn't go platinum until after the Control verse. So even with Jay-Z and Drake on there, it didn't sell extremely well.
Hold on, are you talking
about the Control verse pushed
which,
it to being platinum.
Which album are you talking about?
Huh?
Yeah.
Which album are you talking about?
The first album, Good Kid, Mad City.
It got snubbed for best rap album that year. That
yeah,
it came out.
It did because Kendrick's style doesn't necessarily resonate with everyone. I'm not talking about his talent, but I'm saying a lot of mainstream rappers helped push him to where he is. Because his style, you know, he's like Eminem in the sense of like,
I want to say Eminem. I mean, damn.
Eminem's style isn't necessarily a quote unquote mainstream style. Like, it's not the song that gets played in the club and all that. But you know, it's
really.
I'm about to say you can play. I say our Humble played in the club before.
Yeah,
but nowadays it's all ratchet shit.
If you go to the very first album, there wasn't a lot of those type of tracks, and then you go to Pimp to a Butterfly, there wasn't a lot of those tracks. It wasn't until you got like Damn was like the first album that like really had like a real punch to it as far as like a national stage and like being something that suits the palate of the masses. Like Damn was that first album with Black of the Berry, DNA,
Black of the bear, the sweet of the juice.
Yeah, so
Because that's what hit not shoot.
but yeah, I mean, Kendrick is a phenomenal rapper. But he definitely did get a lot of help along the way from people who made the songs that that the masses listen to. Whether those songs are good or not, most of them are trash, but he got a lot of help from guys like Game, Drake, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre, of course. Big Sean. Big Sean and him were cool because Big Sean put him on the Control verse, which helped him take off. Him and Jay Electronica.
Big Sean. Sorry, Big Sean. Hey, don't let's not forget that Jay Electronica also apologized to that man. Big Sean also apologized to that man. Everybody apologizes to this man.
Well, Big Sean and Jay
Kendrick.
Electronica apologized because Kendrick was about to go on a 50 type tirade and like end some career.
You do not want to have a battle rap with Kendrick. That is you don't want that.
I don't think no one's gonna say that Kendrick and Cole can't go bar for bar with each other. They definitely can.
No, they can. That's the last two good rappers we have left.
But J. Cole just doesn't want to be a part of that, especially when the beef really doesn't have anything to do with him. Do I think Drake could do it? He could.
Somebody got to write his lyrics for him. Sure.
Drake has the capacity.
Drake is that boxer who hit the mountaintop and he doesn't train the same anymore now. Like he just like the potential is there, but it's like he's like Mike Tyson after Mike Tyson lost Customato. Like did Mike Tyson still have like that one hit punch knock you out power? Yeah, but like his boxing skills just kind of
fundamentals. His fundamentals were gone.
Huh?
Sure. Tyson's fundamentals were gone.
Yeah, that's kind of where Drake is at. Like Drake is kind of all over the place, and his fundamentally is just not all there all the time.
Yeah.
So.
And plus his recent album, all he did was cry about like women. He's getting way too old for that. He doesn't mature with his audience, which is why people like, some of the people from the younger crowd can get with him, but honestly, he's too old to be talking about the shit he's talking about in his music.
His issue is that he's not committed to an audience.
Yeah, a pop rapper.
Yeah, he's not committed to a specific audience, and that's where he loses people because he just chases what's popular. So his flow will change, everything will change. He
been quiet since Pusha T told him about himself. He hella lost that beef.
Yeah,
that was his first major L. That was his first L he took, and it was
plus
like
first person.
It was like Lennox Lewis knocking out Tyson, bro. Like
plus after first person shooter, like everyone likes first person shooter because they like J. Cole's like J. Cole like killed that song. No one cared about Drake's verse. Drake was just a hype man in his own song.
J. Cole went on a tear the past like 2 years when it came to features. Like he was hopping on people's songs and just spazzing for like
murder, just like murdering every single track.
Yeah, and I think Kendrick has done like 2 features in the past like 2-3 years, and he did his thing on those.
I'm surprised he came back, man. This guy was talking about he's gonna be a family man, and he even made a song to apologize to his fans. Like, look, man, I gotta kick you. I gotta be there for my family. Like y'all, the next generation got y'all. And now he's coming back talking shit. I'm like, damn, Kendrick, what happened?
Hey, I think Kendrick understands what he needs to market himself. His style of music does not naturally resonate with the masses. So, but beef always does. So, I'm back talking shit.
I mean, we could always have another We Cry Together part 2.
Yeah, but you gotta understand, Drake is not necessarily a part of hip hop culture. He adopted hip hop culture in a sense.
Too, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, when somebody says Drake's my favorite rapper, I'm just like, no.
'cause, you know, like, you know, he's that guy from Canada. Like he's an outside in. Like he came into hip hop, as opposed to like it being really like a part of him per se. And you know, he got to give him credit because he cracked the code when he did it. So got to give him
Yeah.
credit. But
I think he could be replaced with any light skinned person that could bite off anyone else's verses.
no, Drake, no, Drake came strong.
No. Listen, that's
Drake-
not to say he did not have a pen. Drake hella had a pen.
Drake.
Does he get
came
help
strong.
now? Absolutely, but he came in with a pen. Let's not act like he wasn't writing solid hooks and shit.
Yeah, but I say he gave Trey Songz them 20 bands and went on a tear.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not feeling Drake anymore. After when he made that last album, complaining about women all day, I was like, yo, you're too old for this shit.
I don't even
Shut
listen
the
to the new.
fuck
I rarely listen to Drake's new stuff. I just listen to
It's trash.
listen to the old
It's
stuff.
like trash, especially because he's like damn near 40. It's just like, what the fuck are you
I don't
talking
care how
about,
old people
man?
is.
Like, bro, you can't be complaining about women at your 40s, man. You rich,
Yeah,
you
you
better
can.
find a woman, just get married and settle down.
I don't care how old you are. Women going to find a way to irk you a little bit. That's just
Make a whole album about one.
hey.
Or sorry, 5 songs.
Hey, when you don't lock one down, you know you're gonna have multiple issues. So it just
Too
is
old for
what
that
it
shit.
is. Hey, he signed up for them problems, but
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he
the
did.
problems,
And
them
he-
problems exist either way, and he, you know, it is what it is. But that's tonight's episode of Vitamin G Podcast. Outros went a little long. Thank you for getting your weekly dose of that vitamin G. We are out. Peace.
I'm on the outside looking in, and I wanna be back on the inside.
No, they liked it. They liked it. They hung around for it. They hung around. Let's talk about Drake, Kendrick, and Cole.
All alone.
Vitamin J, what you need? Vitamin J, got
All
what you need.
alone.
Vitamin J,
Oh, you know what? You know what game we need to see at the Xbox Showcase this year?
you rockin' with beats, discussing
see that
the
Wu-Tang
industries. Take
game.
over the west and the east. I got what you need.
That Wu-Tang RPG.
You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets. Take over the west and the east. I got what you need. A dose of this vitamin G. You rockin' with beats, discussing the heat in the streets.